What's the best way to boost economic prosperity? Cut taxes or spend more? Welcome back to Global Lens Macro to Micro. Today's question is a central theme in economic policy making and everyday news. Should governments cut taxes to put more money in people's pockets or spend more on programs that benefit society? Let's explore how each approach affects your personal prosperity and the economy as a whole. First, a bit of fiscal policy 101. Before we dive in, try and think, what are the tax cuts and government spending actually doing? Fiscal policy defined as government decisions on taxes and spending. Tax cuts give people and businesses more disposable income. Government spending injects money directly into the economy via programs, services, or infrastructure. Both aim to stimulate growth, but in very different ways. So how tax cuts affect economic prosperity? For individuals, there's more take-home pay, more spending on essentials, especially for lower or mid-income groups. There's greater impact when targeted toward lower-income households with higher fiscal multipliers. For businesses, there's more after-tax profits, which then can fuel expansion, innovation, or hiring. But during downturns, many businesses prefer stock buybacks or cash holding. So the concerns are, of course, that it may increase deficits without offsetting spending cuts, and tax cuts often favor high-income earners, potentially worsening inequality. So how government spending then drives prosperity? It injects demand directly, not waiting for people or businesses to act. Funds usually go to infrastructures, healthcare, schools, and create immediate jobs and long-term productivity. Transfer payments like unemployment or food aid stabilize demand, especially for lower-income families. This is proven to be highly effective during recessions. But again, a word of caution. Poorly targeted programs can waste resources, and overspending can stoke inflation or increase debt without long-term benefit. So let's examine short-term versus long-term impacts. Which one works faster? Which one lasts longer? Tax cuts are fast to implement, effects show up quickly, but high-income groups often save rather than spend. Government spending has a slower rollout due to planning and budgets, but it's a higher and more lasting multiplier, especially in downturns. Tax cut can shrink future budgets. Good public spending builds economic infrastructure and resilience. The context matters. It's not just about the tool, it's about timing. Tax cuts are less effective when households are cautious or debt heavy. Government spending shines during recessions, fills the gap when private demand shrinks. Monetary policy also affects how fiscal tools work. Low rates give more room for fiscal action. So which is better? There's, as always, no silver bullet. It depends on the context, the timing, and the design. Tax cuts can be quick relief, but risk equity and fiscal balance. Government spending can be more powerful and equitable if well targeted, and the smart policy is using both tools in balance for shared prosperity. So which do you think has a bigger impact on your prosperity? Tax cuts or public spending? I leave that with you. Thank you for watching. If you like these videos, please click the thumbs up and subscribe. If you have a topic that you want me to discuss in my next video, as always, please let me know. I'll see you next time.